Hello everyone, welcome to the Smashi Business Show. Today is Tuesday, 25th of November 2025 and I am funnily in Doha, not in Dubai from the studios with my usual partner Wad Badavi. But today's show is going to be live from here. We have an interview lined up after this, so you'll meet Starlink's Cyril Anand. He's the CEO of a company, and finally it's not the Starlink that you all are thinking about. It's not Elon Musk's startup which is providing internet through satellites. It's a subsidiary of Ooredoo. Ooredoo is like, for example, think of EAN and STC in Saudi Arabia, EAN and UAE. Ooredoo is the biggest telco in Qatar, in Doha, and they're a subsidiary of it. They deal in a lot of things. So stay tuned till the end for an interview with Cyril Anand to understand what Ooredoo does and what Starlink under Ooredoo has been doing for the last 19 years. But just to give you a highlight of today's top stories, UAE President has chaired ADNOC board at Habshan. He has approved a 150 billion 5-year plan. That's one of the biggest stories of the day. Apart from that, we give you a lot of coverage of the Dubai Air Show, which recently concluded. It was a 4-day extravaganza. All the first 3 days were great. The last day was a little sad and tragic. An Indian Air Force pilot died when an Indian plane, which was Tejas, if I'm not wrong, it crashed. It was a sad incident, but the Dubai Air Show organizers came out with a statement and they said that they continued the event even after the sad and tragic incident happened, because it was a tribute to the fallen Air Force pilot of Indian Air Force. So that is one statement. And apart from that, there's a very nice EZBI report which says that all Saudi cities are officially open to foreign property buyers. There was a report on Bloomberg a few days back as well. They did a whole autopsy, I would say, of how foreign owners will be able to buy property in Saudi Arabia starting January 2026, which is just like 2 months away now. And they are allowing that. The interesting part of this news is that Muslims will be allowed to buy property in Makkah and Medina. So non-Muslims are not allowed to do that, but non-Muslims and foreigners are allowed to buy property outside of Makkah and Medina, in Jeddah, Riyadh, Khubar, Dammam. These are the top 4 names that come to my mind. But these are like the regions where everyone can invest now. It's going to bring in a lot of money for Saudi Arabia. Obviously, right now they're building mega giga projects, and they can use all the money they can get. And I think real estate is one of the places that they've gone to. It will bring in a lot of FDI, which is foreign direct investment. A lot of people would want to invest in Saudi Arabia, whereas there is consensus among a lot of analysts and experts that the Dubai market is saturated. A lot of people are looking for other markets to invest, because now people have second homes, holiday homes, third homes in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, in Qatar, even in Doha even. So there's a lot of saturation in these markets. And Saudi Arabia, since it didn't allow foreign ownership or foreign property ownership, I think it looks like a great idea for Saudi Arabia to do it right now, because oil prices are down, their earnings are down because of that. Everyone is questioning, will they be able to complete the line? Will they be able to complete NEOM? Will they be able to build all the 15 stadiums, out of which 11 are being built from scratch, literally? So will they be able to do that for 2034 World Cup? Will they be able to deliver a 2030 Riyadh Expo on the scale that Dubai did in 2020? So there's a lot of questions around it. So I think this opens up doors for Saudi Arabia to make a lot of money and get foreign direct investment. Apart from that, now let's quickly move on. I won't take a lot of your time. Let's quickly move on to the interview that we did with Cyril Anand. We sat down with him. So we sat down with him here, and you can see the interview now. He talks he says a lot of important things about how Starlink operates and why Starlink is not the Starlink that we all think, the Elon Musk one. It's a different Starlink. We have Mr. Cyril Anand. He is the CEO of Starlink, and there's a running joke that we're doing right now that it's not the Starlink by Elon Musk. It's a very long history based company in Qatar. They're the subsidiary of Ooredoo, which is one of the biggest telcos in Qatar. They've been here for, I was told, 19 years now, and we have the man himself, and he's going to tell us all about it, that what Starlink does. So, Mr. Cyril, first of all, thank you and welcome to the Smashi Business Show. And actually, you're the host now. You're based here. I'm here from Dubai, so it's nice to come here at MWC. First of all, how did you find the event till now? Have you had a walkthrough, or do you have any expectations from this event?
Yeah, just few hours into the opening, but I would say welcome to Doha.
Thank you so much.
Glad to host you and glad to host the inaugural regional event of Mobile World Congress here. This is home to us. As I said, Starlink has been here for the last 19 years. Soon we'll be celebrating the 20th anniversary of being here. And Mobile World Congress is something very special because we are part of a telecom group. And of course, they are our shareholder, and they also happen to be one of our largest customers that we serve. So it's always good to circle back and see what's happening in the telecom world and how our customers are evolving and how we serve those customers who are evolving in that space. So Mobile World Congress always, the Barcelona event, which is supposed to be the flagship event, is a convergence of all the minds from the telecom world, right? And Mobile World Doha, MWC Doha, is supposed to be a regional event, and it's going to continue, I think, for the next few years. In here. So it's kind of convergence of what's happening inside the region from the global stage, and a few announcements that were made of what the big telcos in the region are doing. So your top three telcos are STC, Eand and Ooredoo, who are kind of doing. So excited to be here to see what the other operators are doing, what we can learn from them, and what we could do to help them achieve their mission as well.
You're also speaking tomorrow, right?
Yes.
What is your panel session about? If you can give us an outlook of what you're going to talk about. Not just tell us what you're going to talk about, just the outlook of it.
So there are two forums that I'm speaking. One is a roundtable around APIs, airports and customer experience. So that's more around how the telco world is kind of integrated, because there are a lot of private networks being rolled out. I think one of the things that they just announced in the opening ceremony was Eand rolling out a private 5G network for the Port Authority. There's a lot of these, whether it's an airport, seaport or a land port, there's a lot of transactions that happen, and there's a lot of vulnerability if it runs on a public network. So the whole concept of a private 5G network, which is able to drive a lot of autonomous things. So if you look at the airport, you see when an aircraft comes, there are a lot of vehicles that actually come together. Right? So all of those motorized vehicles now are actually becoming autonomous. So it's no longer driven by a human, and it's kind of tagged to whichever aircraft it's supposed to cater to. So they kind of just converge, do their job, and then they disengage. So that happens on private 5G network. So that's one thing that I'll be kind of touching upon.
Part of automation of the whole process.
It's part of AI, automation and all of those things. Letting machines do what they're good at and leaving the humans to what they're supposed to be doing most of the time. The other one is more around the non-terrestrial networks. Now with proliferation of the other Starlink, which is kind of providing world-class internet through the satellite services. And now with devices being equipped with satellite connectivity directly. So now most of the premium devices come with option to connect directly to the satellite. But that's restricted for emergency SOS calls, right? But where the frontiers are being pushed is, can data be given directly there to those devices? Why do you use it only for emergency? Why can't it be used? So there are tests and trials, and some services are also in production right now. So I'll be touching upon that and what impact that has on the carriers.
Eventually,
and how is that kind of going to, is it going to compete? Is it going to work along together? What's kind of going to happen? So those are the two areas.
I've read one more question. Comes up a lot. There's a race between all the Middle Eastern countries to become the best or the first in AI, right? Saudi Arabia launched UAE has MGX, $1 billion giant. Yesterday we did a story about Lunate, which is a alternate asset manager. They're trying to invest in MGX. Everyone is running towards AI.
Yeah.
Everyone wants AI to be their thing. How do you think Starlink uses or is part of this race? Where is AI incorporated in your systems, be it anywhere?
I would say, again, I would kind of break it down on three different horizons, right? The first horizon is how can AI support us with our existing businesses, right? So contact center is one of our business,
Yeah.
and AI is supposed to actually disrupt the way a whole contact center customers operate. So they're we have seen demos of AI agents being the frontline agents answering calls and helping customers with their queries. So we have done a few POCs now for Orido, the OBot solution. Orido's already launched an OBot solution where customers can actually chat and don't really have to initiate a voice call, but can have a live conversation which is with an AI agent who's able to unravel through all of your plans, address any issues or whatever it might be. So that's one frontier. The other frontier is more for Starlink internal for our own corporate services, where we are initiating a few POCs. We are still at a POC stage of seeing how we can re-engineer the workflow using AI, and how would AI then be able to run the whole show. That's one. And the third is where we are building a center of excellence where we would like to train people on AI, because AI, as much as it is machine driven, it still needs humans to use AI, right?
At least one human behind it,
has
right?
to be there. So as I said, the competition is not between a human and a human anymore. It's between a human and a human who is augmented with AI.
Yes.
Right. So we are looking at how can we augment our employees, upskill them, reskill them on AI and stuff. So that's where we are setting up a center of excellence to train our employees and our customers' employees as well to be able to use AI. So these are the three frontiers on
Very
AI
nicely,
that we are
very detailed. Just I think last question would be, what are your plans for the next 5 years, 10 years? With technology advancing, this is Mobile World Congress. We will see a lot of things happening. You go to any event, you see a robot doing something. Where do you see Starlink in the next 5 years? In your forecast, do you see you're going towards something where humans will be out of the picture, AI will be handling 90% of the tasks? What is the future in terms of Starlink, and what is your general view on the future of where the technology is going?
Again, future is anyone's bet. I would say it's far and open, and I can't really predict 5 years or 10 years from now what's going to happen. Right? If you just look back, the iPhone is now 18 years old.
Yes.
Right? But
Doesn't feel like
does
it,
it
right?
feel it's been 18 years since it's already come? And since the first time that Steve Jobs picked the phone and said, no keyboards, just a slab of glass that you're using stuff. So we never know what will be the next big disruptive technology that will come. I think what we are trying to do at Starlink is prepare the leadership team and the human capital to capitalize whatever comes your way. Right? As humans, we are quite adaptable. That's the reason we have survived until now. The few, thousands
From
of years.
the wheel to now AI.
Yes, that we have been able to survive, and that's only because we have been able to quickly adopt ourselves to what's thrown at us and adapt to the new environment that we are able to do. I think how do we prepare the leadership team, how do we prepare our employees to embrace whatever be the technology? Today it's AI, tomorrow it's something else. How do you basically enable them to capitalize on that and to be able to grow? But from a business standpoint, we have three major business divisions. One is predominantly around consumer tech, devices, accessories and all of that stuff. And one is a BPO division. I think we are betting heavily on the BPO division, which is human-centric growth that we are looking at. And the third division is ICT distribution that we do. So the first and the third division are heavily around inventory and hardware. Either it's end user devices or B2B ICT gear that we do. But the middle division, which is the BPO division, I would say is where we are investing in upgrading the human capital to face that, and that's where we see the growth happening.
Even I think generally we saw Amazon recently fired so many people because they've automated all the systems like of packaging and maybe placing things in the right place. Everything from logistics to operation, they're optimizing it through AI. So you're 100% true and right that things are changing so fast. The best thing to do is prepare your human capital to be ready for it, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very
so
much.
much for
Pleasure is
being here.
mine.
Yeah, and
Good to be
Smashi
here.
Business Show, and see us tomorrow as well. Thank you so much for the lesson, and have a great day. See you tomorrow.